Oh. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, mods. Internet came back, thankfully. I wasn't sure if it would because Spectrum was giving me the runaround. But here we are. We made it. And I'm glad it's a Friday that we're doing the stream on. Otherwise, like, doing a stream this late would be a little bit of a bit of an ask. Not that I haven't done it before on, like, Mondays or some shit. Has the Wi-Fi? Stable for now. We'll see if that holds up. I'm making no promises. Dude, I've been getting shivers all day. I don't know what it is. Like, it's hot as a motherfucker outside, but I'm, like, getting chills all over. I think I might be, like, drinking too much cold water. Need some warm steak in my belly. Walten like the Apex character? Yes, exactly like that. Eat soup. I do have some soup. Some canned soup in my pantry. I might do that. Heat that up after stream. Hi Noti Gang, welcome, welcome. Dude, I've really been putting in work today. Unfortunately, I have a lot going on this weekend, so I wasn't able to get a video together for. Well, so there's going to be a video going up on the second channel tomorrow, but there's no main channel video until Tuesday, and that's the plan is for that to be the boyfriend's comic video because I've been meaning to get around to that because we hit the like goal. I don't want to leave people hanging and shit, you know. You're trying to watch the boys? You can watch the boys later, man. You should be watching the Kwite stream live. This Kwite stream is only going to happen live once. Finally, I am on time for a Kwite stream. Nice, welcome. Second stream, yippee. Can we watch the next vid on the Walten files? We might. I think there's still like an hour, like a little over an hour's left worth of content on the main Walten files thing. It's like it's close to an hour, and then after that, if we have time, we'll probably watch his explainer because he does a good job of breaking that shit down. Buzu's ghosts. Funny, funny, funny. It's night for me. Oh no, you and everybody in America or in Europe as well. Can we see the one with me in it? I don't get that reference. I'm sorry. Secret extra videos, some of the best content confirmed. Real. Buzu's ghost is fucking scary. So we have, in order, Guilty, Buzu's ghosts, and the mysterious house, and then like some short KG Elliott videos. That's the watch order I was given to, or I was told to watch it in. And then there's like the FNAF VHS tapes at the very end of this playlist for some reason. Thank you for the Prime sub radio, which means it was free. Did you know that? You're not cool? Yeah, I'm epic. Dude, I love your vids. Thanks, thanks. Ooh, my love. Thanks for the sub, Janivsky. With Prime, so again, free. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you for the sub, Melody. Mel Hody. Funny. I am simultaneously watching this, YouTube and Hulu. You're like the human equivalent of those TikToks that have 3 videos simultaneously playing. Like, they'll have some clip of a show, they'll have like some Subway Surfers gameplay in the middle, and then a dude's reaction face, like a reaction cam at the very bottom. You're that, but you choose to subject yourself to that. Like, you set it up intentionally. You don't just stumble across it on TikTok. I don't have Prime. Well, yeah, skill issue. Yo, Janowski, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Holy shit. God damn. Juicing today. When will we get more Dial Town stuff? I want to say maybe next week. I'm not sure yet. I'm still figuring out the videos that I'm doing soon. Imagine having money to sub. That's why you use Prime, man. If you already have Amazon Prime, you just connect it to your Twitch account for no extra money, and then you can give literally any streamer of your choice a free sub every month. At no extra cost to yourself. That's why it's epic. You sick or something? I'm not sick, but today I've been having like weird, like nausea or stomach things. I think I might have been like dehydrated today because I was building furniture this morning, and it's like fucking humid as shit outside. So I was just like going back and forth, like moving shit and like sweating my ass off, and I might not have been drinking enough water to keep up with it. So I've just been chugging water since then, and I'm hoping that's the deal. I've also been getting chills all day. It's AIDS. I don't know what that's about. Like I like in the middle of the day, I legit just bundled myself up in blankets and laid down and tried to sleep it off. I'm like, maybe if I nap for an hour, I'll feel better after that. And I did. It worked. But fuck me. I think I have like a shit that needs to be released. Thanks for the sub, Black Flower. Appreciate it. All right. Let's jump into the Walten files, why don't we? It's 30 degrees, why are you in blind? Did you just miss the part where I said I was getting like fucking like large amounts of chills? Also, I don't live in Europe. Because I'm like not a loser. Bunny Smiles Incorporated. Archive. Rude. Man, I had these like Pocky sticks that I had from last night that I wish I still had. I could go for a snack on them.
Hello, my name is Felix Kranken. I just want to greet all of you.
You look like a Felix Kranken. I mean no disrespect, but this guy looks like a Felix Kranken.
Me and my friend Jack are both very excited about working with all of you. Here at Bunny Smiles, we believe that all it takes to achieve our dreams is hope. Would you like to achieve this dream?
And being high as shit.
Great.
Cranking 90s.
Our very big, just like our budget.
Bruh.
But hey, we have hope, and in my opinion, that's all that matters.
I see my microphone peaking a lot. Am I blowing out your guys' ears whenever I get too loud? I'm trying to. I want to make sure I'm not killing your viewing experience at the moment. Okay, we're good? We're good. December message. That is December, alright. 12? The month 12th? The 12th month of in a year? That is December.
Greetings, Felix here. I really just wanted to give all of you dedicated BSI employees a small farewell message. Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful...
Dude, his jawline shifts all over the place depending on the angle you're looking at him from. If you had a profile shot, that shit would probably jut out like Johnny Bravo's hair.
New Year's Eve. I hope to see all of you in a few months. It's crazy how far we've made it. Just everything, really. The Cyberfund tech deal, the Bonds Burgers project, it's incredible. I never thought we would have made it far. And I'm proud of all of us. Y'all should feel proud too. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing all of you next year. There's a person inside of that.
Fast forward 2 years, or a year and a half? After the car crash. Thanks for the sub, Strawberry. With Prime, so it's free. Damn, he really fucked up his face. I didn't expect it to get that bad from the other pictures.
Alright, it's... yeah. Messed up. It's been so long since I last used one of these.
Somebody said it's an improvement.
Last time I used this, I was driving. In the same conditions. I messed up. I have a problem.
Just killed 2 kids because of my alcohol addiction. Feeling good.
And this has been a problem for so long that I can't even remember.
Thanks for the 100 bits mint colored stuff.
The first time I got drunk, I don't remember most stuff. That's probably why I carried this recorder with me. So, that's probably why I'm recording this in the first place.
To any of y'all who saw this melted ass face and are like, Kwite, hear me out. No, I'm not gonna hear you out. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, shut up. I'm not hearing you for shit, dude. Somebody should cut your tongue out like Hammurabi. Thanks for the 300 bits, Snowy.
That's probably why I carried this recorder with me. So, that's probably why I'm recording this in the first place. Because I know.
Hear us out. Freedom of speech does not apply to this. This is an authoritarian dictatorship, and I will not allow anybody to hear you guys.
I know I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll think this was all just a nightmare. Molly, are okay?
Thanks for the prime sub, Flamingo.
But they're mad. They're not.
Yeah, they're dead, bro. You killed them. You killed
They
them.
were just children.
And now they're dead. Now they're
Jack.
corpses.
Oh God, what am I gonna tell Jack?
I did that shit.
He would be devastated. That's why I buried him.
Oh, he tried to hide it.
Just the idea of Jack seeing what happened to him.
Excuse me.
Jack's been the best friend I've ever had. I'd
And I
rather do
killed
that than
his
him.
kids. Woo!
When the accident occurred, I just panicked and I buried him in the forest. St. Juana's forest, the forest next to the road. The road in which the accident occurred. I can't remember where I buried him.
Should have left a waypoint marker, or like put a beacon down. That's how I find where I am, like in my Minecraft world. Should have thought of that. I'm just saying, if I was trying to kill 2 children, or even accidentally, and cover it up after the fact, I would have done a much better job.
So fucked. What am I gonna do now? The restaurant's gonna open next month. Sorry. Be fine. Jack's gonna be fine.
Oh, buddy. Looking a little rough around the edges there, fella. You doing okay? Why was there a bar at school that served alcohol? That's not like an uncommon thing for like things with chaperones. And also, this was in the 70s, so there was probably like some weird, I don't know, stuff about it back then. Like, I was telling this story, but VidCon had a bar for the parents and the chaperones who were bringing their kids to meet their favorite storytime animator. Thanks for the 100 bits, Cat Thieves. Thanks for the prime sub, Havadar. Why is he slow? This is what I'm gonna do in my head from now on. I'm gonna imagine this guy slowly zooming away from the screen. It's either that or rotating the horse in your head. It's a great way of passing the time. You'll never be bored again. No chat, you can't fix that? It has to want to be work on it to, like, be fixed. Oh, it like flows perfectly into the video. That's cool. Uzu, what's up, my guy? This is the last really long one, I think. There's this one, and then the mysterious house, and then we're along. Yo, Weiss, thank you for the raid, man. I hope you had a good stream. I'm watching the Walten Files. The Walten Flies. That snowman fucking sucks. I'd make a way better one. Fuck! Dude, my trash can up here is just filled with tissues. I'm not even sick. Oh, you saw Mystery House already? No, we didn't. We haven't seen it yet. YouTube just kind of has, like, this little marker at the beginning to, like, for videos you haven't even watched sometimes. I haven't seen it yet. That's a misnomer. You didn't miss most of the stream. We streamed the first half on Wednesday, and you can see that after. Quite that without context is a bit. Do you, like, you think that me saying my trash can is full of tissues is the most fucking egregious thing I've said out of context? Like, that implies masturbation. I've just said straight up, yeah, I beat my dick regularly on stream. And that's what gets you? You guys are more scared of me implying that a sex act happened instead of me explicitly saying it. I don't get it. Where is your line? Where is your guys' threshold? I'm not even sick, I'm just a very generally congested person this time of year. Rabbit. Bunny.
Hello, children. Today I'm going to tell you a new story.
Why are you saying hi to those kids? Why are you saying hi to those kids? Why are you, a grown man, saying hi to those kids?
In case you haven't realized yet, this story is about Christmas. Oh, Christmas. What a wonderful holiday, filled with colors and lights and
what's
joy.
up, Doc?
I think everyone loves Christmas. Well, maybe not everyone. For the story I'm going to tell you now is about a very old man named Buzu. He
Buzu.
was selfish, greedy, rude, filled with anger, and most importantly, he hated Christmas. But on this
Scrooge.
story, Buzu will get to see the true meaning of this wonderful holiday.
Wait, is this OG footage they recorded for? Like, is this like a claymation set they put together for the Walten Files? Because that's cool.
Buzu owned a toy shop. It was a very nice and pretty toy shop. Everyone loved to go there. All the kids loved his toys. There were all kinds of toys in there. Big and small, cheap and expensive. Buzu would make a lot of money off his toys, especially during Christmas.
Ball sack cheeks, dude. He's got dimples the size of testicles. Incredible.
This is where our story begins. Our story begins at Buzu's toy store during Christmas Eve. Banny was cleaning the store as usual, until all of a sudden...
Oh no. Oh no.
Banny said as she could hear her boss.
Okay, guys, I gotta go on a quick tangent here. There is one specific thing repeated in chat a lot that is I gotta put my foot down on. You guys have a tendency to put the word "ussy" at the end of anything, and like, I get it, it's a bit, but we've been doing this for like, unironically, a year straight, and it's not that I hate the concept of "ussy," like, in general. It's just you guys need to like chill with it. Like, if you keep doing it, you're gonna get timed out from chat because it is incredibly stale at this point. You've beaten it into the fucking dirt, and if you can't like calm it down for a bit, we're just gonna have to ban it wholesale. This is not an invitation to say it. This is me warning you that if you keep saying it, you're getting timed out immediately because it's like it ruins the quality of the chat. Please, just keep it, rein it in, guys. Seriously.
Towards her.
Benny, you incompetent bunny! Did you break that mug?
Yes, sir, but I didn't mean to. I can fix it.
No. I'm gonna have to take this out of your payment.
But sir,
No more retirement account for you.
how am I supposed to feed my family now?
Not my problem. Besides, I don't believe in all that Christmas garbage. Now get back to work. I don't pay you for nothing.
Thanks for
You're
the
not
100
gonna
bits,
pay
great
me,
Ozzy.
sir.
Get back to work.
There was a misinput. Bandy left a pipe bomb under Buzu's bed the following day. He did not wake up.
These hours.
Why, hello there, good sir. Pleasure to meet you. I was wondering if you were willing to help us raise money for the poor people on Christmas.
Finger built like a dildo. Oh, wait. I didn't. Dude. Oh my fucking dude. His wife is having a good ass time in bed. Every woman's dream. He's got the money and the prowess. Incredible.
Who could it be at these hours?
Willing to help us raise money for the poor people on Christmas.
Why is it so long? It's a series. Help the poor.
But you're not supposed to do that.
This is my store. I can do anything
Bro
I
just
want.
snatched like
Besides,
money from the
I'm
poor.
not going to get
Goddamn.
a single cent for this stinking holiday.
You are a greedy and selfish old man. I hope you know that.
Yeah, get lost, kiddo.
Well, Merry Christmas to you too, junk.
What a jerk, man. What a man jerk. This is the point where the pipe bomb's about to go off, guys. The pipe bomb is about to go
I
off.
don't expect tomorrow to be any better, though. God, I hate Christmas.
Guys, should I order food? I kind of want a little meal, maybe some sustenance.
I should get some sleep.
Hey, beat the horror, bozo! Taco Bell? I don't know if that would agree with my stomach. I'm thinking something easier to it, or nicer to it. Who sleeps with their door open? I don't know. People who, like, are scared of their entire house catching on fire. Dude, there's haunted music playing in your house. You're already dead.
Hello?
This dude goes me when he sleeps. Thanks for the prime sub, Chica. Oh, there's... My house has turned sentient. Thanks to the sub Tenebet with
Where did all
Prime.
this come from? I don't even celebrate... Wait a second. Gifts? From who? Oh well, a present is a present. Let's see what we've got here.
I'm gonna get a burger, I've decided. Thanks to the sub, Mothy Milky... Gee, why is your name that? Why is that your name? Dude, no, you idiot! You're supposed to wait till the morning to open the presents. God, this dude doesn't celebrate correctly at all, and it shows. Sad clown. Basically you guys.
Huh. A little clown toy. What the?
Clown toy, sad little clown. That's you, buddy.
Open the door! Is this some sort of prank? Because it's not funny!
You're breaking and entering. Thanks for the Prime sub, Gummy. Burger place with no fries? What the hell is this?
What's going on in there? Hello?
Hello? Crying child, are you there?
Hello. Come closer.
This is the part where you go back to bed and just let the pipe bomb do the job. It would be way less, painful, I think. Oh no. Is it Bond? Oh, it's just a clown, ain't it?
Who would... What are you?
Why, I am the sad ghost of past experiences. I am here to show you the past.
The past?
Indeed, my friend.
Why would you want to show me the past?
He's just a nostalgic guy. Come on.
Because you've been a bad person.
Tell me about it. This is so me.
You have stolen. You have lied. And you've been greedy and selfish, haven't you?
I have not.
What? Do not lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
I don't want.
About to get the Halo assassination from the back done on him. Oh.
You don't want
Back, please.
to hear me cry.
Got a little too close to the screen.
So let's do each other a favor and accept your regrets. Let's do each other a favor and accept your mistakes.
This song sucks. If I was Anthony Fantano, this is getting like a 3 at most. Worst tracks of the week. The singing is just impassioned, and the vocal tones are just not really going together.
You can rude and yet you deny to have been so greedy and selfish your entire life.
Drake's new album. Dude, legit, just put the bed creaking sample on this track, and it's the same song. It's technically better than Drake's album. I'm sorry to say it.
You need to accept that you've done bad stuff.
We'll do Walten Files in a minute, but have you guys heard that Drake song where it's literally just a bed creaking beat? Like, I get that it's a Jersey Club thing, but it's not a good one. Have you guys heard of this? It's really funny. It's really funny. I swear this is a worthwhile tangent. I think it's Currents, right? Drake, Currents. I hope this won't get me dinged, you know?
Don't think twice. We're still information.
What's this? Wait.
If that's what you want, babe.
SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy. Oh my god, that shit still makes me crack up.
I don't need to accept any.
Because of your past. You had a pretty mediocre childhood, didn't you? As a kid. Nobody
Kind of a tonal change, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Tonal whiplash on the Kwite stream is to be expected.
presents. And you haven't celebrated Christmas ever since.
How do you know that?
Sometimes our past can lead up to our future actions. You've done bad stuff, but there's still some time to fix your mistakes.
The subtitles are so ass. Yeah, this video doesn't have official ones, so I'm just using the auto-generated. They're better than having nothing at all, but they're not great. But, you know, the YouTube algorithm's trying its best. Thanks for the sub, Void and Twitch.
I don't have to fix anything.
Stop lying.
I'm not lying.
Don't lie.
Oh no, his face is getting a content-aware
I'm
scaled in
telling
live
the
action.
truth. Oh my God.
Turn that down, it's spooking me. And now the pipe bomb goes off.
God. That was very scary. Oh. Huh?
Who are these people he has pictures of in his home? Like, what is Shaw's relation to him in the context of why he has a picture of her hung up on the wall? I'm very curious. Shaw, did I say the name wrong? Is it not Shaw? My wife. Somebody said Noel, jeez. Y'all have Undertale brain rot, it's not even funny. That game has had a chokehold on y'all for the last half a decade. Some of y'all graduated high school and got jobs and moved out since you first started, like, being part of the Undertale fandom, and you're still in it. You're still in it. You haven't changed a bit.
Jesus Christ.
And why do you know exactly who that is, Kwite? Because I played it like last year on stream. Well, no, I literally played Deltarune this year on stream. It's very fresh. Noelle isn't from Undertale? Okay, she's from the sequel to Undertale. What? That is an anagram of Undertale. What kind of gotcha do you think this is? That's actually from the second chapter of the sequel, Kwite, you fucking idiot. You fucking dumbass. You moron. You absolute fool.
What the?
Deltarune isn't a sequel, Kwite. You're doing it again, guys. You're doing it again. You're doing the thing I just said you were doing again. Like you're proving me right. Oh shit, they got his ass. Oh. That design is aesthetically cool, but unpleasing to look at by design, I imagine.
Well, I was told you were going to visit me. Who are you?
Just some guy. Average Brooklyn resident.
I am the jolly ghost of present times.
You're going to show me the present.
Yes, indeed, my friend.
Why? They've never met and she's calling him her friend. It's a little parasocial, alright? Like, legit. You've only met this guy through a screen and hit through his, like, adverts. You don't know him, alright? Respect his boundaries, dude.
What exactly are you going to show me?
The results of your actions.
My actions? What do you mean by my actions?
Parasocial for a rich dude, hella sad. Yeah, this is like every single person who sucks Elon's balls on Twitter. That's that sheep.
Oh, old man.
Is that a southern accent? It seems like it.
I am your mirror, the reflection of your own flaws, the living representation of your own greed.
See, I remember talking to Alex Kister, and he said Walten Files was a huge inspiration on his visual design, or like just him in general. And I can specifically see it with how a lot of these eyes have been drawn. I can see how they were present in really early Mandela catalog stuff, and I'm like, huh, that's a neat through line. I can see why this series is so important to the analog horror community.
Except I'm nowhere near as ugly.
Oh. Well, what is it you want to show me?
I have many toys. This one is my favorite. Come on, don't be shy.
The way they tween the motion of the mouth sync in this is clever. Like, it's really simple, but it's unnerving in the in how two-dimensional the movement is. It's cool.
The button.
Yeah, man, I gotta just hide. I just gotta like pull my OBS window over chat so I can focus on this. Y'all, the only thing you can think of is, man, I want to fuck the sheep. Like, Jesus, God, is this my fault? Is this the kind of audience I've corralled?
This one?
Quite fan on their way to be mentally unstable.
Alright.
I need to run that back a little bit.
Come on, don't be shy. Press the button.
This one?
Be at the MW2 museum level.
Alright.
Said the one who's down bad for Springtrap. I'm not down bad. We live together. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys are seeing this shit on a screen. I sleep in the same bed as the guy I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. Music. Windows XP ass sounds. Seems kind of parasocial. Dude, you have a relationship with your boyfriend who you met on a dating app? Kind of parasocial. Like, you first saw them on a screen and you fell in love with them? Kind of parasocial.
Tell me, Buzu, what do you see?
That's Banny.
Yes, and look at that. The young lady has nothing to feed her brothers. She doesn't even have anything to give them for Christmas. All because of you.
Oh no. I didn't mean to. This isn't what I wanted.
Doesn't matter. They'll all be dead eventually if you keep wasting your life away.
The sound editing in this is so good.
You see, your greed doesn't only affect you, it affects everyone.
But I never wanted this.
Doesn't matter. Your actions have already affected them. Eventually, everything will be gone, as it should. It's a beautiful cycle of self-destruction.
But
You've already wasted most of your time. You should think about what to do with the little time you have left.
Dear God.
Why are you wearing thigh highs? Why has he got thigh highs on?
Are they staring at me?
Oh no, that's the sheep. Never mind. I thought the billionaire had the thigh highs.
You'll see.
Have y'all seen that picture? Like now that I'm thinking about billionaires and thigh highs, have you seen that fucking picture of Elon Musk just like hanging out on his big ass yacht? Like have you seen him on that shit? Elon Musk belly out. Like, can you imagine? Wait, I gotta pull it up. Can you imagine this fella in like a thigh highs and in a skirt? Like, can you imagine that, dude? It's just such a strange imagery in your head. You know? I pulled up the picture of Elon and somebody said, "Hear me out. I should like summarily execute you in the public square. I should give out tickets to your execution, like they did in the old days. I should treat it like a Kendrick Lamar concert. We'll have like a mosh pit right by the gallows." Oh my god. Jacqueline, don't fucking even think about it. Don't even think about it. Holy shit. I regret saying anything. Just evolved into my next form. Hello. Oh, I hate the way that looks. I hate the way that looks.
This is ignorance.
Oh, these are like real dolls they put together for the sake of this video. This is... Oh, I'm not a fan of that.
This is wrong.
Ugh. Me after 1 week of crack use. Average Florida resident.
Are they okay?
They are dying.
Look at them. Do they look okay, bud?
Killing them.
Stop it!
Oh, they just listen. He's like, "Stop it!" and they're like, "Cut it out."
I don't need to accept
I hate looking at them so much. It's so unsettling.
Please stop it!
I love how he says it's not funny anymore. Like, at any point, this was just a bit, like a little goof and a gag being done on him.
I beg of you. Please. Please stop it. I can't. Please! I said stop it!
Oh, they have mouths now. Don't like that.
Are you okay?
Oh, there's someone behind. It's the sheep.
What's happening to them?
Oh, that's... Oh... That's unsettling.
But I don't want them to die. I don't want anyone to die. Please. Please save them, I beg you. Please don't let them die. Please.
Your actions are out of my control, old man. This is it. It's your turn.
My turn.
Lol, what a crybaby. Should have watched Andrew Tate and pushed down his emotions.
Oh no. Oh God, please, no.
Alright, before we start future, guys, I'm going to run a quick ad break because I need to get some water. But give me a moment and I will be back with you. I'm back. What, died? No, I went AFK.
Huh?
Bro finally died? What, were you waiting on it? Were you hoping I was gonna pass? It's fucked up, man. It's a little mean. It's a little mean. Drinking water is kind of straight, Kwite. Well, I am bisexual, so I have some heterosexual traits. Like liking women, I guess, and drinking water. Would y'all just fucking be hydrated for once instead of like... Could you guys just fucking drink water? I'm begging you. Thank you for the 200 bits, OCD on life. This is wait for it. Me looking at chat, literally ever. Like at any point, me looking at chat. That's how I feel. You just got a monster. You can drink a water with your monster, you know that, right? It's not like mutually exclusive. Just like take turns. I always have water on me in addition to whatever other drink I'm drinking. Like, if I have G Fuel with me, I also have a glass of water next to it. Sometimes I'm just drinking G Fuel hydration formula instead of G Fuel. If I have a beer on me, I also have a glass of water. Like, I go 1 for 1 with each thing I have. All the time. Thank you for the sub, Mad Cat DJ. With Prime, so it's free. Is that the Lost Ark? That's a bunny. Resident Evil 7 basement. That neck. Looks like a camel. That's not what I was expecting. He's got 3 total fingers and a thumb.
What's this doing here?
Hello, Boozoo.
Are you the third ghost?
I am mortality.
But I'm not ready yet. Please.
Hello, bozo.
No one is ready, Boozoo.
Please.
Oh, Boozoo. You still don't understand, do you? This is it. Like everything else in this world, we turn into nothing eventually. It's always been, and always will be this way, my friend. Oh, and what a life you've lived. Constantly running away from me. Running away from your problems. Running away from
Mortality needs to brush his damn teeth. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
It's far too late for that, old man. You're
For a second, I thought he was gonna be like, "Yeah, it's fine," and he just walks away.
Which reminds me, we don't have any more time to wait. For you see, your future awaits behind this door.
That's a dark hallway. That's not a door. Are you blind? Oh, that is a door. Actually, I lied. Is that an emoji on it? No, that's not an emoji. That's freaky. He sounds like Pops from Regular Show? Kinda, yeah. Similar concept, just rich old man, I guess.
Please tell me. Am I going to be okay?
Open the door and find out. So, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Oh, he becomes the clown. With the stitched together forehead. The one 3D model out of them is freaky, dude. Does this add anything to the plot, or is it a Christmas episode? It does add to the plot, I believe. I wouldn't know. It's pretty long for a Christmas episode. Like, it's the first... It's like the second longest in the series, I think.
Oh, thank God. Everything's back to normal. Oh, everything is okay now.
Fanny? Will something bad happen when you turn around?
Oh, you don't know how glad I am to see you. Benny?
Oh, hey, boss. I was wondering where you were. It's good to see you're okay.
My pipe bomb didn't work. It's not canon? Why is it 40 minutes long then? Is it just like a extra piece? Was bro just like, yeah, I'll do an extra. Yeah, whatever. It's for fun, nothing too big for the lore? Jeez. This bit's long.
Benny? Benny?
Wait, so one thing I wasn't sure about is the Walten files completed or is it still ongoing? Like, are there new installments on the way, or is the Walten files like wrapped up? I wasn't clear on that, like, going in. I probably should have asked that sooner. It's still ongoing? Okay, I didn't know that. Fourth is coming soon. That'll be fun to watch.
Benny?
She's not doing too hot, huh?
What's going on?
It turns out things were not back to normal.
Child, you need to help me. Please. I need to.
Is my Sonic OC?
What?
Funeral, Ebenezer Buzu, 1892 to 1964.
What does this mean?
It means get styled on, nerd. Like, what do you mean? What do you think?
Don't touch me!
Dude, that's a weirdly HD image of him, man. I was surprised. I was caught off guard by that.
Make it stop! Please!
This dude gets what he wants. I'm telling you. Every time he said, make it stop, it stops. At least for a little bit. Make it stop! It stops. The rich get richer. Alright, hey guys, 1 second. My food just got here, so I'm gonna... No ad break. I just need to go grab it before it gets cold. Y'all fucking with some microphone crunch? Ugh. That was a really cool sequence. I want to see that again. Oh, I like that a lot. But yeah, burger time. That's what he said. Where the bean evil supernatural spirits were mean to me. Proud of your mom, bud.
This is it, my friends. The results of your ignorance led you to where you are now.
I beg you. Please, let me go.
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello?
Single violin strum.
Little kid, run! Get away from here!
Would you look at that? A child. And not just any child. It's you!
Oh, damn. So he's always had the nipple
By my
cheeks.
house?
Oh, yes, indeed. Come here.
No, kid!
What is it?
Thanks for the prime sub unit. Appreciate it.
Sad, please! You need to help me!
Absolutely trolled, man. Thanks for the 100 bits, Maddies. Why does he think the ghosts would help him? I don't get it.
I have nothing else.
Everyone is here to see your dumb eyes.
Dumb eyes. They do look pretty stupid, let's be honest.
What are you going to do?
Man, his face is so warped in that. Merry Christmas. Time's up. That looked a little painful. Like it stung a little bit. Why'd he open the gift skill issue? Well, I guess that was the pipe bomb. Oh my god, a being of pure sentient light? You trying to smoke? Nah, he's alright. He'll be fine. He's right there. He's okay.
Boozer was found like this the next day. Nobody could find an explanation to his tragic and somewhat mysterious death. But he was gone, and thus, our story ends. Hope
That
this
is
teaches
so
all of you little children a
unsettling, man.
lesson. Be nice and always think about others. You wouldn't want 3 ghosts to visit you during Christmas, would you?
No, I don't think I do.
Of course not. Hope all of you had a fun time listening to the story, and I'll see all of you some other day. Goodbye, and Merry Christmas.
I can't believe that was non-canon. Bro made this masterpiece just as like a bit. The end. I just don't believe you. Kid friendly. Oh, Dewey's doing his little dancey dance. Yeah. Dude, he's hitting the gritty. Look at him. Look at him. Wait, I got the. I need to make sure this is the right song. Gotta mute my speakers while I hunt. Thanks for the bits, whoever just gave them to me. Where is it? Where is it? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Not that one. This is really important to me, guys. I'm really setting up a bit here. How old is this Yeet song I'm looking for, guys? I swear this bit is worth the wait. This has to be from Up to Me. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. He has so much music, dude. I'm fucking digging for shit. Whatever, this one will do. This one will do. Take your time. I'm doing my best here.
Hey! 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 Look at him go! Sheesh!
Look at him go.
Yeah, they keep some motherfucking burgers. I can't know if I got it. Yeah, he keep right in that grease ball. Yeah, he fried.
Okay. Bit over, bit over. Continuing on to the next one. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Jack-o'-lantern. You don't fuck with this one? Is it like in like it's a scary way? Or as in it's not very good? I'm not really pressed about if it's not canon. Like, they're good pieces of media. Like, this is really, like, the last one was really well done. How many more are there? This is the last, like, full-length one. And there's, like, some minute-long clips.
Oh, man. This year's Halloween sucked. We barely got any candy.
Maybe it's because your costume looks cheap and basic.
Wow,
What kind of
that was
fool
fucking
said
rude.
that? You didn't even try.
At least I have a costume.
You know I don't like dressing up for Halloween.
Alright. Let's stop fighting.
Smacking your lips and everything? You're goddamn right I am, bro. I'm eating food.
We just gotta find a good
I'm gonna
house.
starve?
Yeah, the night's not over yet.
L plus basic costume bozo. L Johnny Bear, he dead.
Wow, that was fun. We got a lot of candy.
Yeah, that was so cool, Tammy. However, I think it's getting a bit too late. We should go home.
Come on, Ducky. There's still so much houses we haven't visited yet.
Yeah,
Don't
what if they have
tell me
razor
you're
blades in the
scared about
candy? That would be epic.
trick-or-treating.
I'm not. I really don't feel scared, okay? Let's just visit a few more houses and then go home.
All right. Oh, what about that one?
You know, my life got so much better when people would be like, what are you, scared? I'd just be like, literally, yes. No shit. Like, when I just, like, confirmed what they think I'm feeling, and, like, with no remorse, makes shit so much better.
You want to go there? Oh, fine, but we're going home after that.
She had one more house and she picked the one that probably had no candy in it. She would suck at the stock exchange.
Why, hello there, little children. Are you looking for candy? Then come in, come in. We have candy for you too.
Do not
for
go
your
inside
tummy.
the house. Don't tell me they went inside the house. Stranger danger, that's what I'm saying. Ryan Griffin in the top right. Ryan Griffin in the top right. Next to the 100 bits.
Wow, this house looks neat.
They went
Thank you.
inside, these morons.
I'm so glad you kids like it. Now, allow me to introduce my friends. This is Billy. TVA.
Hello. Hello.
And the Pumpkin Rabbit.
He looks like he's doing good. What a friendly bunch.
Pleasure to meet all of you. But we're really just here to get some candy, you know?
We're here to mooch.
Oh, little children, we have plenty of candy for you.
Why is he Russian? This is definitely the razor blade in the candy house.
Sorry about that. We like taking pictures of our guests every year. That way we'll never forget them. Go take a look, little children.
Some guy. Some other guy. Some other fella. Oh!
Well, thanks for the candy, but, yeah, it's getting very late. We should go home now.
Oh, really? Don't you think it's a bit dangerous for two kids like you to be wandering around the streets at this hour?
I mean, yeah, but we
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you stay here for the night?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that visual.
Are you sure? We still need to go home. You sure this is a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. Besides, it'll just be for one night.
It only takes one night to get murdered. That's all I'm saying. These kids are stupid as shit. This is their fault. They get murdered. It's on them. Should have picked it. Like the house they picked was suspect from the beginning. They basically hung a corpse on the wall. Quite, they're kids? Yeah. I didn't do this shit as a kid, though. I didn't fucking, like, go into a stranger's house on Halloween. Did you do that? Because I definitely didn't. The one eye open looks funny. It's the 70s, bro, I guess. Kids did whatever. Yeah, the card-dependent infrastructure wasn't at its worst yet, I guess. Thanks for the sub, Cake Roll. There's a clown in the corner.
Oh. You scared me.
She slept in her costume? Well, I guess they have nothing to change into.
How long have you been there?
I sleep standing up with my eyes open. Don't mind me.
Where's the rest?
That's just Billy, bro. He's not bothering anyone. It's his house, so technically you're the weird one.
Hello?
Five Nights at Freddy's. AJR starts playing. Thanks for the 200 bits, can of toasters.
Ducky?
Thanks for the sub, Alligator Pop. Appreciate it. Always running from something like I'm in the back room. That's all I'm gonna say. There's an entire hotel in this closet. Oh. Not a fan. Oh. I hate that visual so much, man. The way they draw the gored up animatronics is mind-bending. This is like 20 life-ending mistakes made in a row, dude.
Ducky, come on, dude. This isn't funny.
Duck, it's just a cardboard cutout.
Ducky?
Get melted, nerd.
I will sing your song, and it won't be very long. By the maiden sweet, and she never would do wrong.
Wait. There's a cut in a wall. It's a dirty free for all. Is that where the melody comes from? Is that where the melody comes from? There's a hole in the wall. It's a dirty free for all. And then
everyone said she was pretty. She was not long in the city. All alone, oh, what a pity. Poor little maid. She never thought of the fire.
yeah, it's Kesha, dude. It's straight up Kesha. Wait. Don't tell me these melodies are different. You can't.
And she never will be back. I will sing your song, and it won't be very long.
It's the same. It's the same melody. Who did it first?
By the maiden sweet, and she never would do wrong. Everyone said she was pretty. She was not long in the city. All alone, oh, what a pity. Poor little maid. She never thought of the pilot. On the Midwest, she had never strayed.
You doing okay over there, bud? You got a kind of missing your chest there.
What are you doing here?
What have you done?
What a naughty child.
He's got human teeth.
Around the house. I will have to punish you for being such a misbehaved little bunny. Don't worry. You won't feel a thing. And you'll get to be with us. Wouldn't you like that, little girl?
Get away from me!
Who's gonna be under the mask? Just some fella. Wait. I wanna go frame by frame on that. James Charles. That's what the point of the mask is, guys. Come on now. Damn. Got turned into a meat suit. Skill issue. The end. Still pissed we never saw what happened to Ducky. Unless those other kids were Ducky and I just couldn't tell.
Horrible, horrible boogeyman. I come in the middle of the night,
I need another tissue.
This video is not for the.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the only ones left are these little 50-second snippet clips. But fuck. Are these little 50-second snippets? There's like 3 of them, but they're pretty short, and then after that we'll discuss.
Of heart. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Sophie moment. Did you just do cocaine? No, I blew my nose. Ma'am, your brain is sticking out. So these are in the playlist people were telling me to watch, but they're not by Martin Walls. What, I drew art note of the video? Yo, this is okay, it's fan made, but it is Martin Walls endorsed. Very cool. He's tweaking for sure. For sure. Look at those eyes. He is on something.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy is horse.
Oh, he's moving.
Money Smiles Incorporated has restricted access to this tube. Money Smiles Incorporated has restricted access to this tube.
That is hurting my ears. It's making me very unsettled.
Smiles Incorporated has restricted access to this tube. Money Smiles Incorporated has restricted access. Incorporated.
His eyes got smaller, dude. He's coming down. He's coming down now. Boop. Hey, Shaw, how you doing?
Let us out.
Yeah, it's like it seems like these ones kind of dip into screamer territory a bit. Bit kind of the loud noise meme. Kind of hurts. Creepy, admittedly, but I don't know. I feel like the Walten Files did a superb job with building up tension and like atmosphere. I don't think there was really like a single jump scare that you couldn't have seen coming in that. Shit's nuts. Alright, so how are we feeling, fellas? I'm personally really glad I revisited the Walten Files after that first watch. Actually, the 100 bits bloodstained hymen. Goofy ass sheep. Jeez. They hurt in my ears. Can't wait for 4. I'm excited for 4 too. I am officially in the pipeline for waiting for the next one. You should see Matt Pet's theory. I'd kind of prefer to watch Nexpo's, honestly. I just enjoy his videos to Matt Pet's, presentation-wise and content-wise, like a lot of the time. And this one is significantly more consumable than the Gemini one. That one is like 3 hours long, dude. I'll probably watch it on my free time if I'm being honest. Alright, so Nexpo video. I don't know if we'll do the whole thing today because it is long. But we'll see. We'll see. What about Wendigoon? I mean, Wendigoon makes good videos, but Nexpo is just he's a bit of an auteur. Like he fucking goes balls to the walls with fucking presentation wise. Just farted. Pretty good. Never even got around to watching them, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the content. Yeah, it was, again, I'm glad I gave it another shot because I really did enjoy that more than I thought I would. I was afraid I would have to slog my way through this when I committed to finishing it. But I don't know, I really got into it this time in a way I didn't the first. Warning. This following video contains graphical depictions and discussions about sensitive topics. Viewer discretion is advised. For free? There's plenty more of that when you're in the Kwite stream, you know. Oh yeah, credit Nexpo. Absolute, in my opinion, one of the goats of horror content. His shit's great. Local 50, local 50, 58, local 50. I think this has subtitles.
Oh yeah. I missed analog horror. Old school. Rough around the edges. And by every account, disturbing.
Will I be watching any other FNAF-based VHS?
What if I told you there was a series out there that's recently stood out to me as one of the creepiest that I've ever covered on this channel? What if I told you that it's nearly neck and neck in quality with the revered Local 58 that we know all too well? And what if I told you that tonight,
thanks for the
we're going
5
to be
gift
pressing
subs,
through that
Edith.
very
Jeez.
series while dissecting its secrets and piecing together its grim lore? Well, as you can tell by the title and length of this video, that's because we are. Enter the Walten Files, a show birthed on April 26th of 2020 by an online creator named Martin Walls.
Talking about it using the term birthed is accurate, but just funny to think of this, like the Walten Files coming out of someone's vagina, dude.
Inspired by the hit indie classic Five Nights at Freddy's, combined with a clear love for analog horror storytelling, Walls has crafted an insanely engrossing narrative surrounding 4 animatronics that were assembled for a burger restaurant named...
I know that Walten Files takes a lot of obvious inspiration from FNAF, but I feel like it kind of starts and stops at the animatronics and there being a dude who killed some kids. I feel like it's really distinctly made its own identity in a way that separates it from FNAF fandom-wise and like just content-wise.
Bond's Burgers.
Also, obviously, presentation.
The place opened in 1974 and was known to host birthday parties, school events, and even animatronic concerts for the public. Was known to host these things because, due to a few specific incidents, Bond's Burgers is no longer open for business. You see, the Walten Files is structured through just 3 videos at the time of writing that each contain numerous tapes, jumping back and forth between the date Bond's Burgers first opened in 1974 and 8 years later in 1982. A mysterious person named Anthony seems to reside in each video's description and claims that these tapes were all made by an extinct company named Bunny Smiles. Now, Bunny Smiles is somewhat at the foundation here, the Fazbear entertainment of this entire ordeal, and the root of nearly every event that takes place.
Still love that character design, it's very cute.
Deception, curiosity, loss, trauma, and regret have all found their home as cornerstones of this series, and ultimately leave us questioning what exactly is happening with the Bond's Burgers restaurant, and who had started this chain of events that ended up going so terribly wrong. As you can tell by the length of this video, this series is gargantuan, with a disturbingly convoluted story that reflects that.
Yeah, that's
something that's
like,
fast.
As good as the presentation was, I won't lie, I'm still got my wires crossed on the timeline, so I need Nexpo to untangle all that shit for me, because my brain's too small for it.
Fascinated me for quite some time, so I'm incredibly eager to press through this side by side with all of you. So, without further ado, let's dig in. From the top, the Walten Files.
Guilty, guilty. I may put this on 1.5 speed just for brevity's sake. I'll see if it breaks the flow of the video. I'll put it back down a bit. Watching, believe it or not, I watch videos on 2x speed a lot. It's like fucking Christ.
This is a compilation of tapes created by the already extinct Bunny Smiles company. I tried to get as much info as I could about what these tapes are, but all I could find was that they were handed to new employees back in
Anthony!
1974 to 1979, and the rest of them seem to be recorded by a new facility caretaker in the year 1982. Hopefully I can find more soon. Anthony.
He said it! He said the line!
Company introductory tape. Archive 1, 1974. Serving as the pilot episode for the Walten Files, the first archive within this company introductory tape understandably takes a more direct initial approach at introducing you to the main cast.
And yeah, that's all it is. Just an ordinary employee training video.
Yeah, obviously. It'd be weird if it wasn't, am I right, guys? That'd be so strange. Why in
Hi,
2
and
times
welcome
speed?
to the
I can
introductory
watch the
tape
video
to your
faster.
new job at Bunny Smiles
Brain
Incorporated.
keep up better.
You have applied to a job in technical support and maintenance. What does this job particularly mean? It means that you, amongst other employees, are the one who will take care of creating a magical and fun experience for Bond's Burgers.
As we've established, this first employee training video seems to have been created sometime in 1974. We're applying for a job in technical support and maintenance, and so far, it seems legit.
Why speed up Nexpo video? See, Nexpo videos aren't the ones I usually speed up. It's the ones where like folks are just straight talking for a while. I'll usually watch those in normal speed. The thing is, this one's fucking long, and the stream's already an hour and a half long, so I was thinking like it might make sense for the sake of watching it on stream, you know?
Introduction. The video goes forth to introduce us to the Bond's Burgers' main animatronic characters that make up a group called the Showstoppers, consisting of the eponymous Bond the Rabbit, Shaw the Lamb, Buzu the Ringleader, and Banny the Other Rabbit. The 4 lovingly perform a couple songs for us before we get into the nitty-gritty about what our new job actually entails.
Animated band made by BSI to entertain children. As a technician, you'll be given the role of a facility caretaker.
You are the bunny.
Around this fun and magical journey, we'll work on certain tasks, such as cleaning protocols,
Robot maintenance and repair.
and learning how to use BSI technology. But first, here's a message from Jack Walton and Felix Kranken, our beloved founder. Which reads, in BSI, the most important thing to us isn't the money or the ratings. The most important thing to us is that you have a wonderful experience while working with us. That being said, with the Bond's Burgers restaurant getting opened in a few weeks, we're looking forward to achieving this dream with you.
Felix Kranken, isn't that funny? Closed for good, Bond's Burger Restaurant.
Alright, hold up.
I probably will be skipping some of these bits that aren't just the analysis, because we've watched all of this like actual Walten files on stream.
1975, closed for good Bond's Burgers restaurant. This video seems to have cut to an information catalog from a year later, giving us some insight into the fate of Bond's Burgers. Before we get to what's new though, I wanted to back up and highlight something that stood out to me. That photo of the founders seems oddly uncanny.
Doctored.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but with Jack Walton especially, something definitely seems off.
He looks like he doesn't know where he
Anyway,
is, for one.
that catalog houses a ton of information and context, and appears to read the following. Save, restore, subject to storage. The BSI storage facility, also known as K9, is a company project to storage all valuable items from the closed for good Bond's Burgers restaurant. Given the situations about the incidents inside the 1974 Bond's Burgers
They
location,
were touching, I shit them. One of them killed the other's kids.
any type of props, animatronics, and arcade machines will be carefully moved, inspected, and secured inside a bunker located deep down in the St. Juanes forest for good. A facility caretaker will take care of securing the facility and keeping it safe and working properly. Considering the fact that the initial role of the facility caretaker was to keep the restaurant clean, maintain the animatronics, and to learn BSI technology, I find it strange that they're now in charge of securing this top secret facility in order to keep it safe.
What do you mean, Nexpo?
Honestly,
Nothing
it
weird
seems like a
is
pretty
in
damn
that
big job,
setup.
and it leaves me questioning what they're keeping it safe from. If that's what they're doing, that is.
That's a fun little transition.
Archive 2, 1979. Here, we're presented with the children's cartoon created by a Sarah Evelyn. It's titled Bond's Super Sleepover and appears to convey a night where little Bond the Rabbit had invited
Better call
each
Bond.
animatronic's younger counterpart over for a night of movies and fun. Initially, everything seems fine. However, when the narrator begins running
He's
through the
Jay
guest
chillin'?
list, we're promptly informed that this cartoon is not what it seems.
For this sleepover, he invited Sharp, Boozoo, and Billy. Let's check again in case we don't forget any guests. Bon invited Sharp, Bozu, and...
Hey, Jack, is that you? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. I didn't see you there, buddy. So, this definitely didn't help the initial uncanniness of the original Jack Walten photo. Clearly he, or someone he knows, has inserted his face into these tapes, leaving us to wonder why this was done. After this, we get back to the main story, which involves little Bon eagerly preparing the movie for everyone to watch.
Eagerly? Yeah,
Weirdly,
look at the enthusiasm on
the
his face.
VHS
Thanks for the sub, Josie Smos.
has that same creepy Jack face on it, and when it actually starts to play, the TV merely shows the text, "Let me out of here." Interestingly, if we take a look around the TV set, we can notice something suspect. A pill bottle with the name Sophie Walten written on it. This will be important later, so let's keep this in mind.
It's in my brain. It's in my brain,
Later
Mexico.
on,
You told me
everyone
to,
heads
so I'll keep
bed.
it there.
We're able to observe each character snoozing away. However, little Bon seems to be awoken by something, making noise in the middle of the night.
Let's get his cute little eye mask on. Look at him. He looked so toasted, like just so wide-eyed when he takes them off. Missing Jack Walten. A lighter. Bonna's giving TBH creature. What? Sophie moment. Sophie moment.
Alright, so it seems that little Bon glitches into a cartoon depiction of Sophie Walten, the girl whose pills we saw earlier by the TV. As we could see, when she lit the lighter, Bon appeared behind her, looking as if he had a massive hole in his chest. Furthermore, we can observe that Sophie's dressed up in some sort of work uniform with a name tag that seems to resemble the one we saw earlier. This hints at the potential of Sophie being an employee of either Bon's Burgers or Bunny Smiles Inc. Considering the fact that she seems to be Jack Walten's daughter, then it would make sense. Another thing I'd like to highlight was that missing poster, which confirms two things. One, that the image from earlier during the guest list indeed was Jack Walten's distorted face. And two, that something happened to him, leading someone to litter his photo throughout these tapes. Also,
Looks like an ASAP Rocky music video.
while the missing poster date is illegible, the captions confirm that the date reads June 11th, 1974, meaning that his disappearance occurred during the same year that the Bon's Burgers restaurant opened. Could this have been the incident that caused its
GTA
closure?
font? Is it actually?
Considering that he was one of the two
It might have
founders, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. Archive 3. Taking place just after midnight on October 10th, we're heading down a forest trail. It's hard to make out on the video itself, but the person filming this can be heard in the background saying the following.
So, this is the brand new
Yeah, I
caretaker
couldn't make out what they were saying when I first watched this, so I'm going to give this a run through.
for the old Bunny Smiles facility. I'm recording this because the company requires some type of archives for the work history, something like that. I honestly have no clue because I just started working here. I'm going there right now, but they gave me this weird location that's somewhere in this forest to work at. And I've been driving for 20 minutes, and I can't find the place.
About a minute and a few video
Farted.
cuts later, they eventually make their way to that canine bunker. I'm not entirely sure why they have him working during the ass crack of night, but hey,
It's all about
let's hope
discretion,
they're making some
okay?
overtime. Anyway, upon their arrival, they venture inside and observe the following.
Chris told me this place hasn't been working since about 78, 79, somewhere around then, and that was 4 years ago, I think. So chances are it's going to smell horrendous.
I love how Kami is about working in this middle of the woods in this abandoned bunker at night. He's like, it's gonna smell like shit in there, man. I'm not looking forward to this. That's the only reason. So, I did a thing. Bro, you're working with animatronics, of course it's gonna smell bad. I mean, if they're properly maintained, they shouldn't smell too much like shit.
Let's check the left arm. Yeah, the left arm. The left arm.
The fact that each animatronic has thunder thighs will never not be scary, funny to me. Yeah, me too. Hey, at least he got out of there.
What was that thing?
For a little bit. I don't know if he made it home. He's just hanging out. He's not bothering no one. I can't feel anything. Hello, my name is Brian Stellis, and I work as facility caretaker. Me looking ass. Wait, no, dude, you're so right. That is the GTA font. How did I not notice that? That's so funny. He's not bothering no one, says as Bond kills a man. Well, the dude's already dead. Like, after he killed the dude, he's not bothering anyone anymore, because that dude's not alive to be bothered.
I can't feel anything. He thought I was her. Brian's paralyzed. He isn't dead. Yet. He thought I was her, though.
Give it like an hour.
Is he referring to Sophie? Considering that she seemed to be dressed up in a work uniform that resembled Brian's, it would make sense. But that then leaves us wondering why. Why would Bond seemingly awaken and react so violently, mistaking another employee for what we can assume to be Sophie Walten? Why was he programmed to do this?
You know, I didn't recognize, or I didn't really appreciate it until, like, Next would put it on loop, but the movement on, like, the face and, like, the different pieces and the teeth and shit is so fucking sick. Like,
why?
Look at the micro details on it.
Was he programmed to do this?
Like how every single piece is disconnected from each other. It's not just a 2D drawing, it's like layers on layers.
Backing up to the beginning of that scene, we can overhear Brian talking about how the facility wasn't open for 3 or 4 years. For that entire length of time, the bunker was derelict and abandoned, banished to Mother Nature and forgotten. Interestingly, once he made it inside, we can recall that he made a passing reference to something called a relocate project that he claimed Bond would be good for. It seems that after this long hiatus, someone at Bunny Smiles made the call to open K9 back up, which I find a bit strange considering that the information catalog had claimed that it would be closed for good. For what reason they're reopening it though? I couldn't tell you at this point. But what I do know is considering the fact that Bond had chased Brian out of the facility, eventually catching up to him, mangling his entire body, and leaving him for dead. This so-called relocate project just might be the worst idea that Bunny Smiles has ever had.
It didn't go super well, huh?
At least, as far as I know.
Oh, you little cliffhanging, you cheeky little guy. You're so funny.
This is another compilation of tapes from Bunny Smiles Incorporated. I was able to contact people via forums and threads that have some information on the company. These tapes revolve around some relocation project that was being executed during the late 1970s. A BSI ex-employee mentioned that the tapes were really private and only a few people had copies of them. Once the company vanished in the early 80s, all tapes regarding the project were banned and destroyed. These are super rare, and I'm really lucky to have them.
Shout out Anthony, the G, bringing us this really, really niche
The Relocate Project.
stuff.
Archive 1. July 2nd,
Pieces of lost media history, guys,
1978.
right here.
The footage opens up with an informational segment about the closure of Bond's Burgers and the purpose of the Relocate Project.
Just farted.
The same narrator that voiced the company introductory
Did it
tape
again,
is
holy
back
shit.
and seems to be eager about the future of Bunny Smiles Incorporated. Oddly though, if we look closely during this segment, we can notice bits and pieces of visuals that don't quite fit in. Have a look.
Hello, BSI members, and finally in July, the Relocate agreed on let's go 4 years for safety. Later on, and reopened in a reopened.
Seems like a So clearly Jack Walten sunk his little tendrils into this tape as well, interrupting what seems like a
Little
self-aggrandizing segment about Felix Kranken. Admittedly,
He
this
draws
does appear
himself
to be
in it.
symbolic,
If that's a
especially when we
self-portrait, it's a
consider the
very
fact
funny way
that
of drawing himself.
Earlier, Felix was labeled as the founder, singular, with Jack cropped out of the original photo that the pair had taken together. To me, this notion combined with the aforementioned 4 years of legal paperwork makes it seem like there might have been some bad blood between the two after this so-called incident that occurred
just
back
a little,
in
just a little.
1974. Further supporting this is the fact that when the Bonds Burgers merchandise is being shown, we can spot a VHS about the disappearance of Jack Walten hidden behind the others. And if we head back even further to the file section, we can spot something a bit odd. You see it? It's cut off and hardly legible, but the words on the file box appear to read, "Jack's still here." Seems a bit deliberate, doesn't it? Given that these were so-called internal company tapes, that means that someone within Bunny Smiles knew something they probably shouldn't have when they were putting this footage together. So what actually happened to Jack? Considering the fact that the Relocate Project appears to have been in planning since sometime in 1975, merely a year after his longtime friend and business co-founder went
Bro, this
missing.
bitch a Mandela catalog. This shit actually came out before the Mandela catalog, and Alex has listed the series as a major inspiration for him. The term you're thinking of is analog horror. That's the genre.
To me, Felix Kranken is beginning to seem more and more suspicious as time goes on.
Gene couch cushions. God, the jouch.
Appears to be jumping forward a
Janthony.
month, we're greeted with what appears to be an internal company tape regarding animatronic reprogramming. Vanny appears on screen, and for this example, is used for these tests. The video initially shows their mouth opening and closing, with captions claiming that this is a so-called pre-relocate feature that requires checking since reprogramming could have affected this. Afterwards, they move on to a new Relocate Project exclusive, which involves blinking.
It's like a PlayStation
Ominously,
exclusive.
The captions claim that employees would always need to keep their eye sockets clean, which I find odd considering that they're mechanical. With what we know so far about Bond and what he did to Brian Stells, I do wonder if
Is it
Banny's
Stells or Stellis?
alive
I
per
thought it
se,
was Stellis.
in the same way. Anyway, after this brief test sequence, a distorted face becomes overlaid onto Banny's head, implying that they're either representative of a human counterpart or that someone's locked within her somehow. Once this brief section passes, the video cuts to a top-down view of what appears to be the inside of Bond's Burgers, showing Banny helplessly trying to escape.
The mighty rabbit needs to get out. 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 The rabbit is starving. The rabbit is starving. The rabbit is starving. The rabbit is starving.
Bunny rabbit stuck. L.
The bunny rabbit needs to get out. The bunny rabbit is starving. Starving for what? At the end of that entire sequence,
Subs on Twitch.
we were greeted with
Listen, you guys wouldn't want me to starve like this bunny rabbit, right? So that's why you should use your Prime sub on me, Kwite, which you can give to a streamer of your choice, me, once a month.
a shrouded missing persons poster. After brightening it, it doesn't appear to be Jack's, but that of a Susan Woodings. The missing date's hard to make out, but it appears to be on the 30th of June in 1974. So, 2 missing posters and 2 animatronics that appear to be alive.
Bunny Farm, my favorite game from my childhood.
And so we make our way to the new, updated, and revised technical support tape made specifically for the canine facility. Shaw the Lamb is our host in this one, and states that she'll be taking us through an orientation and
Lord
area
Kwite
tour
demands
inside
tithes.
the bunker.
Welcome to Technical Support. Today we will focus on the area tour and orientation inside K9, the Bunny Smiles storage facility. We recommend all facility caretakers to have all needed equipment in hand and to always wear the Bunny Smiles uniform. But most importantly, all of you must always, under any circumstance, use your BSI ID card. Once you have
If you switch around the letters in BSI, it becomes IBS, like pooping.
all the necessary equipment at hand, we are ready to go.
Barring how uncanny Shaw's mouth movements are, this small section confirmed that the costume that Sophie was wearing back in the introductory tape was indeed a facility caretaker uniform. Let's keep that in mind. The next
Purple
segment
fella.
takes us outside of K9. We make a quick check for all the necessary equipment for the job. A lantern, snacks, a key, and a camera before we make our way inside. Once we do, Shaw begins to annoy us because,
Wow, it's pretty dark here. You should turn on the light. Turn on the light.
Do not tell me what to
Turn
do.
on the light.
Whore.
Turn on the...
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called you. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry.
It's important to keep track of which room to always keep the environment the place.
point.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab some more water. Stream's not over yet, but I'm thirsty for water and other sorts related liquids. 1 minute. Sorry, it took longer than I thought it would. I was sat on the toilet thinking I had to shit, and nothing came out. It was all gas. I was misled.
Yeah, anyway, so that silhouette, you saw that too? At this point, we have no context or clues about who that could be, but let's keep them in mind.
He's laughing at me? I know. He laughed at me when I met him in person, too. He's like, oh my god, you're actually that short? Yeah, fuck you, Nexpo. I was your biggest fan.
Welcome to the basement.
No, hold on a second. Run that back. Backwards.
Rosemary would go to the restaurant every night hoping that his beloved husband would reappear after being missing for weeks, but no response until one day she heard a voice saying, "I know where she is, Rosie," coming from the backstage.
Interesting. Given the context, it's a no-brainer to assume that Rosemary is Jack's wife. The ending to that quote, though, implies that something lured her backstage. But what?
Welcome to the basement. Right now, you are in the main storage area.
How tall am I?
This is the
I'm 5'5". So, yeah, you can imagine how that goes for me. Considering everybody I know is like fucking 6 foot and up, dude.
important items such as stages, tables, arcade machines, and birthday props. Now, please follow me to the next door.
In the Bon's Burgers restaurant, remember to avoid touching or shining lights at our robots unless you are instead.
Why is there so much latency on this loading? It's usually like better about shit loading.
The basement. Alright, so what just happened there? Right after Shaw finished showing us the basement, we briefly see a photo of Bon and Shaw together, almost like they're a couple. Shaw appears to enter the backstage area, notifying us that only facility caretakers should be shining lights on the robots before leaving that room, only to make her way back to the basement. Afterward, she expresses confusion, claiming that we visited this room already, utters the words, "Sophie, where am I?" and then walks southbound once more into what appears to be that silhouette figure from earlier. We then see a cartoon version of what we can assume to be Rosemary, with a strange voice giving more context into that reversed audio from earlier. Instead of finding her husband, they claim, she found a rabbit.
Rabbit.
Bon
with human teeth.
After claiming over and over that "you will beautiful" and "you're broken, we'll fix you," Bon appears to dismember Rosemary before stuffing her corpse into Shaw's body. Shaw wakes up and expresses that she looked beautiful before we see yet another shrouded missing persons flyer. After brightening this one up, we can clearly see that it's for Rosemary Walten. July 19th, 1974. I'm beginning to see a pattern. Here, we have a poster for Rosemary, who we know was killed and stuffed into Shaw. Earlier, we witnessed one for a Susan Woodings, who appeared to possess Banny, and at the very beginning of the first episode, we saw one for Jack Walten. Considering that he's been missing this entire time, the fact that Bon was one of the first alive animatronics that we witnessed in this series, and the implications that came with that photo of Shaw and Bon, I'm starting to get the impression that the Jack Walten corpse is, in actuality, stuffed inside of Bon the rabbit. This is, of course, just a theory, but it leaves me to wonder, if it's true, who exactly did that?
Some weirdo, if I had to imagine.
Let's move on.
Does anybody else have a knee-jerk reaction when they hear the word, "that's just a theory"? Because that's a common turn of phrase that people use when they're not sure about something. You just want to scream a game theory right after. It's Pavlov into my brain from a decade of consuming his content.
So this fourth tape involves the experience that 3 facility technicians had during a 3-day stay at K9. For the first part of this tape, we can overhear them gossiping in the background while they're getting their work done.
I have the way Matt Pat inflects a game theory seared into the wrinkles of my brain. You could probably just, if you were to open my skull and just looked at the folds of my gray matter, you'd see a game theory in all caps written into the side of it.
According to them, they're on a 3-day timeline to get these animatronics reprogrammed for the Relocate project and are hastily working to complete it before then.
But that's just a theory.
During their conversation, they discussed the fact that they overheard cases that occurred back at Bond's Burgers. Allegedly, the place played music from midnight to 2 to 3 in the morning and closed down after people reported screams from an adult woman inside. They go forth to explain that the place had to close down so the police could check it out, and on the very last day that the restaurant was open, they had only let 2 families in. That day, the animatronics were missing, and all the curtains were closed. The next scene takes place 2 days later. Going by their conversation, they weren't able to get the robots reprogrammed due to what they described as highly damaged endoskeletons. And as a result, they declared their efforts a failure before getting ready for their last night of rest in this facility. But Ashley wasn't quite ready to pack it up. She begins inquiring on the small key that they were told to bring with their other supplies and how it doesn't seem to have a purpose. Everyone else discounts her curiosity.
Aesthetic, really.
They all head to bed.
Just looks cool, doesn't it?
Well, except Ashley.
You know,
she
like
grabs
a
the
fool.
camera and sets out to explore, finding her way to a door labeled Back Doors. After realizing that her key fits the lock, she heads back there to ease her curiosity.
This is bigger than I thought. I don't think I have enough room.
Me when I'm about to get stuffed inside of an animatronic.
Player from
Y'all feeling musical? This would not have happened if they made it a normal burger joint. Everybody wants to do the goddamn animatronic aesthetic. It ain't worth it, man. It's not worth it.
Alright, let's unpack
Listen,
this.
if you put animatronics in your food place, your restaurant establishment, they will get body stuffed in them and they will haunt you. It's like textbook standard these days.
Ashley ventures off into the back doors area of the facility, something that, given the context, doesn't get explained to new facility caretakers that take on the role. This entire
Seems a little
scene is the
under-equipped.
epitome of curiosity kills the cat, since when she went snooping, she encountered Billy the Clown, who went forth to become her new eternal jail cell. What I find strange is that the tape she found had the word discard written on it, with Jack's disappearance date above it. Why would this tape need to be discarded? Could it potentially be activating the animatronics, making them kill people? Speaking of killing, the names that were read off from the tape are definitely cause for concern. Jack, Susan, Charles, Rosemary, and Sophie. Now, we know that Jack, Susan, and Rosemary had all gone missing, and we have a suspicion that their corpses have all been stuffed into these animatronics to make them beautiful.
Gay rights cassette.
Considering that Jack, Rosemary, and Sophie are all part of the Walten family, this leads me to wonder who Charles and Susan are. What's their relation to Bunny Smiles, and why are they included in this ominous list of names? Moving forward, right before the video ends, we get 2 quick bits of text. Pausing on the latter text gives us a code, which we'll come back to in a second, and pausing on the former reads the following. They left the next day. They thought Ashley left early, but she was in the back doors, screaming as much as she could, but no one heard the
It's
screams.
so fucked that she's still
following
alive in there,
days,
man.
the
Like, just
caretakers
imagine
would
it with
complain about an awful
spring
smell
locks closing on you, but you don't die fast. You just kind of rot for a bit.
coming from the back doors. Company decided to shut down the facility until new advice. The Relocate project was unsuccessful. Ashley is still there, but she's not screaming anymore. She saw something she wasn't supposed to see, and now she's beautiful. Admittedly, this really drives home just how large the canine facility is. Ashley was left there.
What was this,
screaming
like a nuclear bunker or some shit that they repurposed into a place to shove animatronics in?
for help while Bond presumably injured her so badly that she couldn't fight back. And nobody heard her. Nobody noticed she was gone. At least, until the smell of her rotting corpse within Billy filled the air days later. And so it appears that we now have 4 victims: Jack, Susan, Rosemary, and now Ashley. 4 victims, 4 animatronics, and a whole bunch
The
of
stretching of the human face to fit the proportions on the animatronic is so creepy. Like, this dude is so good at making... Martin Walls is so good at making fucked up faces. I don't know how else to say it. He forgot about Brian, GG Nexpo.
about becoming beautiful. Now back to that code. You know what it is. A YouTube link. So let's head there.
Everybody always gets stuffed into animatronics. Why can't an animatronic get stuffed into me? It's just not a problem I have, is it?
The story of Bond's Burgers goes back to 1958, where 2 college students had the same idea of animated performers. Their names were Jack Walten and Felix Kranken. It took them 16 years to actually execute this concept, and by that time, Kranken and Walten had built their own families.
See, I'm not the fella
Felix
asking
married a
that question.
beautiful
I was reading chat. I was simply responding.
lady, and Walten was not only a great husband, but also the happy father of 3 beautiful children. Lucky You is a bit easier to follow than the others. It's 1 tape with 1 archive.
Did we see this one on stream?
The video opens by showing us various dates and highlights from Bond's Burger's short tenure. The opening day is shown to be on the 28th of June, with the first birthday
Oh yeah,
party
we did
hosted
see this.
just
It
2
wasn't
days
the
later.
playlist.
Interestingly, this is the same day of the month that Susan Woodings went missing. Anyway, the video then shows us the dates of the final Bond's Burger shows, followed by the actual duration that the restaurant was open. It was only 22 days.
Yeah, it did not
even
last long,
1
man.
month.
All that
before it
startup
was shut
capital,
down.
and they got screwed fast.
Also, it seemed to open 17 days after Jack Walten went missing. A bit strange to open after your co-founder goes missing, isn't it? Moving forward, we can then see that the restaurant was boarded up and abandoned by Halloween, and by January, the canine facility was in full force. I don't know about you, but the construction of a top-secret bunker in the middle of the woods seems like it would take longer than 6 months at maximum. Seems a bit like this move was pre-planned.
It seems like a bit much for what was a standalone burger joint, not even a chain. But they gave them a nuclear silo to shove that stuff in.
But hey, for all I know,
where did the money come from?
Bunny Smiles could have had this facility in place already for other purposes. About midway into the video, we can observe it cut to the day that Jack went missing. A voice greets us and states the following.
You must be so confused about what you saw. Don't be scared, my little bunny. Answers will be given eventually, but don't try to solve this puzzle only with the pieces you have so far. This is only the beginning. For I'm going to tell you a story of broken people, beautiful people. He is so sorry about what he did to them, but there's nothing he can do. Remember that. Safety and pills, Sophie.
Safety and pills.
Safety and pills, Sophie. Safety and pills, Sophie. Safety and pills.
Safety and pills, Sophie. Strangely, this voice keeps repeating that exact phrase while the video cuts to prior death scenes. On top of this, if we fast forward to the very end, we can observe a message to Sophie herself. They will see you soon. Given all these direct messages to her, it's beginning to seem like this tape might have been made for her. Considering that she was Jack's daughter and is confirmed to have worked for BSI at some point in her life, maybe she witnessed something she shouldn't have, like Bond gruesomely murdering someone. Because of this, we can assume that she may have obtained a prescription somehow to make her feel safe. Whether that safety is to help her cope or to forget it entirely is to be seen. But perhaps we'll get some more context later on. I just wonder why they're so prevalent.
Cope. Literally huffing copium. Literally huffing copium. Where I saw a gruesome murder in front of my eyes when I was a toddler. Where? Get over it. Bunny farm moment.
Hey, long time no see. The following footage is about a 1980s video game created by the company. The reason it took me so long to get this footage was because the game never really released to the public, and all footage available was from the beta version. During October of 1982, a few test bunny farm machines were distributed around Brighton, Michigan, and this footage was from the arcade machine sent to the Enfant Hotel. The two girls playing the game seemed to have lived there, but the weird thing about these machines was that all the footage from the game was recorded and then revised by BSI technicians to see if the game was ready to be published. This was one of them, and quite possibly the only footage remaining of the game. The footage itself was extremely corrupted, however, and it took me weeks to be able to piece everything together with the help of a friend of mine. But I'm glad you've all been patient for this. It seems to be a huge one anyways.
Bunny Farm.
Funny barb.
You'd be surprised to know. Being one of the more streamlined episodes in the series, you'd be surprised to know that it's also the longest. By far. The video opens up with the company introductory tape intro sequence, followed by numerous cuts to various points within the Walten Files series. Strangely, we can see a sad girl overlaid onto this footage, and if we look closely, we can also spot a brief news sequence from a Local 57 about an incident that occurred
Local
in the
57.
St. Juanas Forest.
That's a funny little Easter egg.
The same forest in which Brian Stells was left for dead by Bon. After this, we're notified that the photo of this girl is Sophie, before we see that of another named Jenny Letterson and the date this footage was taken. Interestingly, this was merely 5 days after the Brian Stells incident, making it the most
He says
recent
interestingly
footage
in such a funny way. Interestingly, he enunciates every syllable. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I fuck with the vision.
Far. The game launches. Ginny explains to Sophie that the machine that they're playing on was recently installed in the basement of the building they're living in, the Infant Hotel, and that it was just one of a few units that Bunny Smiles created for testing. Curiously, if we head back to the title screen, we can see that development on this game started in 1975, a year after Bond's Burgers had shut its doors. The exact reason why they closed is still mostly unclear, but I find it interesting that they proceeded with development nonetheless. Anyway, the two joke around a bit before Sophie makes a file and begins the game. Before she can actually play though, we can see a brief intro sequence that sets the premise for the Bunny Farm storyline. Apparently, a fruit festival is occurring, however none of the characters have any fruits around. Luckily though, a Pete the Hippo has a barn full of any fruits you need, and will grant you access to it if you help out around the farm. Seems simple enough, eh? Let's see how it played out.
We already saw it played out, so I'm skipping this.
There's even are in this glitch to so.
I find it
here,
interesting,
Ginny
unreliable
explains to
narrator
Sophie
moment.
that the game's super unfinished, hammering home its potential for glitches and bugs. Strangely though, Sophie seems to be unaware of anything she's doing or who the characters even are in this game, which I find incredibly suspect considering that she worked for BSI in some capacity and is one of the founder's daughters. You would think that if her father were to go missing after having pretty substantial involvement with Bond's Burgers, that she'd at least acknowledge their existence. It's like she doesn't even know them, like she's forgotten everything and shut it out completely. I just wonder if something might have helped with that.
Cope.
Interestingly, a few moments later, Sophie puts these suspicions to bed, making passing references to the pills that we've seen throughout the previous tapes.
Yeah.
So her memory's confirmed to be suppressed, but that opens an entirely new door of questions. Like, remember that phrase Shaw spit out in the Relocate Project tape? Remember how out of place it was?
Sophie, where am I?
Something lured her backstage. But what if it wasn't Bon? But Sophie.
Sophie did that shit.
If we think
Damn.
back to the company introductory tape, we can recall that one brief segment where little Bon lit the lighter and glitched into Sophie in a work uniform. What if this is what greeted Rosemary when she went backstage, meaning that Sophie had a direct hand in her death?
Damn.
If
Little
this is
mean.
true, then that leaves us wondering if she did this willingly or was coerced into doing so. Just a few thoughts, but perhaps we'll gather some more answers later on. The two then discuss a bit more about the company and the events that recently happened involving them. Ginny explains that a person named Brian had recently gone missing and how the case is similar to that of this other girl named Ashley who met the same fate.
This is one.
After this, Ginny then claims that she needs to head out to finish a paper, leaving Sophie alone in the basement.
Always a
to play
good
the
setup
game
for a
herself.
horror premise. Yeah, I'll just leave you all in the basement. Nothing
First,
bad
we
will
need to
happen.
get the party hats. There should be an.
Fusion and so Sophie presses on.
Brian,
occasionally
like
expressing
Family Guy?
confusion
Shut
and
the fuck-
apprehension at
Dude,
the
I've been
glitches that
playing this
appear on screen.
Minecraft server with some friends, but they all have this texture pack that turns the wolves in the game all into Brian Griffin, and the barking noises are all him saying, ass ahoy, ass ahoy, ass ahoy. And when you attack when you tell them to attack a mob, he starts making his bark noise. It's so stupid.
Great. It weirds her out, but it doesn't stop her. Anyway, she eventually
Ass
makes her
ahoy,
way to
ass
the end
ahoy.
of Billy the Clown's level and plays a game of tic-tac-toe. After beating him at it, Jack's face appears before the game begins to glitch out, showing Ashley's mutilated face within the Billy character.
Get Billy on.
Jenny?
Sophie hangs it up for the night. She's seen enough. Sophie decides to play again, however realizes that her save file has been corrupted by a third party. This screen proceeds to warn us that if we continue, then the machine could suffer major changes and even a complete shutdown. A bit tense, she agrees and begins to play again.
Man, I need to play some
Her
Battlefield
mood
4 after this to make myself feel like a macho tough man who's like not scared of anything.
Is almost a complete 180 from the previous night, and the game reflects that. Sophie goes forth to interact with the signpost that previously mentioned Pete the Hippo running the farm. However, this time, for a fraction of a second, we're able to read that it's been altered. He promised to take care of the two kids during that day. He told the parents everything was okay. It's sad that we can't really remember you, Sophie, but soon we'll be together, forever and ever. Rest in peace. The two lovely red children. May 11th, 1962 to May 2nd, 1974. August 22nd, 1965 to May 2nd, 1974. It doesn't appear that Sophie actually read it because she carries on as usual. But let's keep this weird message in mind.
Two red children soon to appear
A
up.
few moments later, she begins Banny's game called Hippo House. The premise of this one involves rallying up the pigs that Banny mistakenly let out.
Are we allowed to just watch a movie and stream together? No, that would be piracy.
Thanks, Banny. You bunny. So Sophie continues, making passing references to the glitches she's been encountering thus far. She mentions how it seems like the faces she's seeing in the game are trying to talk to her somehow, before the game cuts out, playing the following recording.
Out of
from
it's on
Susan
YouTube?
Wooding.
No, it would still be piracy. It can be on YouTube and still piracy because like just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean you have the license to restream it. That is not how copyright law works, man. Especially with fucking like people with like big distribution companies behind them.
Support audio log number 3, June 30th, 1974. With the regularity after.
Who cares? Me, because I have to live with the consequences.
The connection between. Given what we just watched, we're able to establish the connection between Susan Woodings and the BSI animatronics. She built them and noticed irregularities
Love
in
the
Bond.
YouTube copyright system. It has nothing to do with the YouTube copyright system. It has to do with fucking like federal law. It's not the YouTube copyright system that's stopping me from watching a movie on Twitch. It's going to jail or being fined thousands of dollars, dude. Like, you want me to just fucking watch Avengers Endgame and see what happens? At the very, like, the best thing that could happen to me is my channel gets banned for a bit. Like, that's like the smallest punishment I could face.
It seems that, as a result, soon after this was recorded, she set out to repair him, however was mangled and paralyzed in the process.
It's on YouTube, it should be fine. No, it's not. That's not how copyright law works. Oh my god! How many times do I have to fucking tell you this? Holy shit.
Still alive, but I can't move.
Like, at best, you're watching shit that, like, isn't available anywhere and is only available through, like, re-uploads of recordings on YouTube, at which point it's an illegal gray area, alright? Sure, there's, like, arguments about fair use, but holy shit, I can't just fucking, like, pull up some movie, even if it's free on YouTube, officially, like, there are movies you can watch on YouTube that are free if you have it with ads, or if you have YouTube Red, you can watch them without no ads. That does not then give me the permission to watch it on stream, because that would be restreaming it. That thing they have a piracy warning in front of on every single fucking DVD you buy. Did you guys never see that shit?
And I'm having trouble breathing, and my stomach feels weird. This drives home the point that Susan Woodings was placed inside a banny, but that leaves us wondering if it were due to Bond always having irregularities, or if someone tampered with them.
Literally the FBI piracy warning, man.
That this was filmed on the 30th of June, 19 entire days after Jack Walton went missing, that notion wouldn't exactly be out of the realm of possibilities.
Just find an uncopyrighted movie? Every movie is copyrighted! Oh my god, oh my god, Jesus have mercy, oh my god.
Sophie continues. She makes her way around the farm, expressing confusion and concern about what she just witnessed. Soon after, though, she makes her way to the mailbox, encountering a strange sequence of messages from a Linda Crankin, whose name was oddly scratched out and replaced with Thompson.
Walton's frying
most of the
chat's
narrative
collective
on these
brain,
pages are
real?
redacted. However, we can piece together bits of the story through the ones that aren't.
October 30th, 19...
So Twitch Watch Party is a very specific exception. It has to be things, and this is something you can only do because Amazon owns both Twitch and the copyright and ability to stream all those movies. So content that you could watch if you had Prime Video, you can watch on Twitch as long as every single viewer also has Prime Video. So no person who didn't already have the ability to watch that piece of media on their own for something they were paying for is going to be able to. Like people don't get it for free afterwards.
64. Felix has been acting weird lately.
Yeah, the only word, like, I would have to own redistribution rights or at least have a license to redistribute.
He's been drinking more than usual. I'm very worried about him. I don't know what to do. August 23rd, 1965.
Let's watch The Boys. I would, but I already finished it.
I haven't talked here as much as I...
How can they make sure you have Amazon Prime? You would need to connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to be able to watch the stream. If you didn't, you just wouldn't be allowed to watch it.
Used to. This month has been so crazy. I moved in with Felix last week. He was very happy about it. My name is company that's...
Thanks for the 100 bits.
Worse. Try to change. 93. Doesn't really of drink 19. When you're reading this, a lot guys too. Is hurricane. Goodbye.
Here, we gain our first bit of insight into the backstory of Felix Kranken, someone we've had our suspicions about from the very beginning. As it turns out, he struggled with alcoholism, ultimately leading to the separation between him and his now ex-wife, Linda Thompson. On top of drinking, allegedly Felix was overworking himself, causing damage to not only himself, but to those around him. It seemed that, as an act of goodwill, he built a rabbit doll named Rocket for Jack's youngest two kids, Ed and Molly. Keep these names in mind as they'll be important shortly. Moving onward, Sophie eventually makes her way to Buzu the Ringleader's minigame, called Lily's Birthday. The premise of this one involves winning matching minigames against Buzu to test the entertainment for the upcoming party. Sophie obliges, however things don't quite go as planned. Called Spot the difference, and is pretty self-explanatory. After a few rounds though, the game glitches, displaying the... Actually, I'll just let you experience it on your own.
No, I think I'm gonna skip it, because we already watched it on stream.
7:14. It seems to me that the face in that game
Alfalfa
isn't
ass
actually Jack
haircut.
Walten like I initially assumed, since for him, he went missing on the 11th of June, not the 14th of July. With this in mind, if we think back to the end of the Relocate Project video, the names on that list were
Jack, Susan, Charles, Rosemary, Sophie.
So we know that this isn't Jack or Sophie, and we also know that Susan and Rosemary's
Yeah, that doesn't look like a
corpses are
Sophie
stuffed
to me
inside other
personally.
animatronics. The only name remaining is Charles, leaving me to wonder how they're related to PSI or anyone in this entire saga at all. Anyway, back to the farm. Sophie continues.
Why the long face?
Ominously quiet and littered with missing posters, she explores a bit while expressing concern that she just might know the people within the posters the game's been showing her. A short while later, she approaches Pete's barn before the game glitches, displaying one last minigame for her to complete. That of Shaw the Lamb, the same animatronic we know to represent her mother. The minigame this time is simply hide and seek, and initially has Sophie's character finding Shaw.
Burger lamb.
Where things quickly. After she eventually finds her, we can observe the game switch sides to where Sophie's the one hiding. And from here on, this is where things quickly turn dour.
Dour, hell of a word.
With the As we could see, when Shaw approached us, the screen cut to what I'm assuming to be the night that Rosemary went missing, with the
Thanks for the
text
prime sub,
reading,
Jacob. Appreciate it.
I know where he is, Rosie. Follow me. Now, initially I'd assumed that this were someone else, like the voice of Bond, since they're referring to her as Rosie. However, thinking back on that scene from the Relocate Project tape, perhaps this text could represent the voice of Sophie. After this, we're greeted by another countdown, and when it finishes, we observe the following. Walten. It seems to me that that entire section represented the night that Rosemary Walten went missing through the eyes of Sophie. With the bloody Shaw animatronic right up in our face, screaming and pleading for mercy, it really seems like we're experiencing things in first person. This scene is undisputedly traumatic, and witnessing something like this would undoubtedly leave someone scarred for life. With that being said, considering that Sophie's name was uttered by Shaw earlier, that Sophie's actively taking pills that we know suppress her memory, and that in that Lucky You tape, the voice claims safety in pills over and over, it's safe to assume at this point that Sophie must have been there. And so the question remains, did she willingly lure her mother back there, or was she forced to? Jumping forward, we witness a gray bear character emerging from their so-called fountain of memories. Sophie goes forth to ask who they are, to which they respond by drawing the following picture. After this, the game glitches once more and the bear vanishes. A few seconds later though, we're greeted with the picture of a house labeled May 2nd, 1974, and on the doorstep, 2 children. Sophie claims to remember it.
That's my old house. I
Hello,
think.
Bob. Hello there. I'm so glad you're here to help me clean the car maze.
It's from Jack Walten to Felix Kranken. Jack asks for a simple favor, to take his kids Ed and Molly to their school event since he and Rosemary are caught up in other errands. There and bring them back home at 9. Reluctant, Felix agrees before the call ends.
He was shit-faced on that call.
And so, the game leaves us back in the farm area once more. After poking around a bit, Sophie eventually encounters the 2 red children, and upon interacting with them, we gain a bit more context about the night of that favor. After this brief segment, we begin playing in the school at what appears to be 9:37 p.m. Rocket approaches us and says to follow. After exploring
Follow me on Twitter at Kwite, by the way, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Follow, just like Rocket said.
Surprisingly, have not been picked up yet. Soon after, we encounter Rocket and are shown a scene involving the 2 kids expressing that they're ready to leave since the school looks creepy at night. Where's Uncle Felix? They claim. And so we set out to find him. Shortly after, the scene cuts to 9:53 p.m. and involves Felix and the 2 kids in the car.
Thanks for the prime sub,
They
Soul
inquire on
Sphere.
getting home
Appreciate it.
safely before pressing Felix about drinking before this trip. The speed of the car picks up, with Felix becoming more and more erratic. The children forgive him for his behavior. However, ominously, the text on screen states that it's all your fault before the following takes place.
Oops,
Now,
cargo.
I believe this, right here, marks the beginning of the end of the relationship.
This is the type of
between Jack
behavior
and
that
Felix.
gives drunk drivers a bad name.
Jack's children were killed, and it was due to Felix's own irresponsibility in getting them home safely. Even more bizarrely, soon after this bad ending sequence plays out, we can observe a scene with Rocket the Rabbit in the woods, with the voice ominously claiming that they didn't go home that night. He buried them here. He was too scared, but they found a way out eventually. And to cap off this last entry in the Walten Files saga, we're left with a message.
But that's not all, is it? There's still something you forgot to remember. They've been waiting for you.
Before we're greeted with 4 animatronics. Benny, Buzu, Shah,
Bozo.
Bon.
I thought you skipped because you were scared. Nah, we watched all of this like last stream, and we finished like the one-offs this stream. So I'm just skipping the bits like we've already watched.
Considering that this series is very much in progress, this message could be hinting at the future. Is this little girl popping up around Bond's Sophie, or is it someone else that we haven't seen yet? For all we know, this could even be some sort of warning, given that, so far, This game's done nothing but help Sophie remember the past that she's been
Am I
forced
still
to
going to
forget.
play the MW2 campaign? Nah, it's just going to be too much of a... The stream's already getting a bit long and late as it is right now.
She's the last alive member of the Walten family, and I'm not entirely sure if remembering and re-experiencing the deaths of her entire family are a good or a bad thing. It looks like we'll have to see.
No, quite as scared. You got me. Yeah, you got me. I'm pissing myself.
In memory of Edward and Molly Walten. Ed and Molly died Thursday, May 2nd, 1974, in a fatal car accident. They were leaving a party made by their school to celebrate spring. Jack Walten couldn't take his kids to the celebration because of work. A friend of Mr. Walten would take the kids instead. On the way back home, Jack's friend was driving in questionable conditions, thus crashing his car near the road next to the St. Juanas forest. Instantly, both Edward and Molly's lives were taken. You will be remembered, our little angels, our little red children.
So were they like red in real life?
Wondering where this hidden tape came from, and conveniently, the answer's simple. It was left in the Walten Files playlist on the Martin Walls channel, implying that it's canon.
Ooh, nice.
The premise of this one appears to be an audio archive of former events surrounding Felix Kranken, with the first segment taking place on April 15th of 1967. In this one, we can hear Felix briefly and enthusiastically discussing Bunny Smiles and how he has a positive outlook for the company.
Jeez.
Following this, we get one more from 1972, explaining how his company made a deal with Cyberfun Tech to continue on with the Bonsburgers project. And after this one, we can observe one last audio log from May 2nd of 1974, the same day that Ed and Molly died in that fatal car accident. Within this one, Felix expresses his guilt, contemplating on what to do.
Stop.
Decoding the
And
Walten
that, my
Files.
friends, encompasses the entirety of the Walten Files. Dark. Complex. Disturbing. So, in review, this entire series appears to revolve around Jack's eldest daughter, Sophie Walten. She's the core, the one that can maintain this ongoing status quo that Felix Kranken's established, or to burn it all down if she so chooses. She was born into a family of 3, with her mother being Rosemary and her father being the elusive Jack. A few years later, 2 more siblings named Ed and Molly would be born into their family. However, due to events that Felix Kranken had a hand in, they would never, ever experience their coming of age. Felix was a family friend, someone that the Walten family could trust with everything, yet ironically, is also the main antagonist and the one that ended up killing all of them. On May 2nd of 1972, after being asked to do a simple favor by Jack Walten, Felix had become heavily intoxicated at that school party. As we know by now, due to this intoxication, the 3 became involved in a car accident that ended up killing Ed and Molly. Beaten up and unable to bear the weight of his actions, Felix decides to bury them in a forest, the St. Juanas forest, in hopes of hiding his mistakes entirely. As we know though, the children wouldn't rest there eternally, since a few moments later, we observe them merge into that rocket doll, appearing to utilize that as their medium to get their fate across to the viewer. 1 month and 9 days later, on the 11th of June, Jack Walten goes missing. We can observe his missing flyer littered throughout every episode. However, at this point, we're unsure of what exactly happened to him. We have our sneaking suspicion that he could be stuffed into Bon the Rabbit, but as of right now, that's merely a theory. Another month passes, and Rosemary Walten's grieving over her missing husband and 2 children at Bonsburgers. She was likely desperate, weak, and open to anything, any lead she could get on where her family might be. She hears a voice coming from backstage, mentioning that, "I know where he is, Rosie." A voice that we now know was most likely that of her eldest daughter, Sophie. She heads back there, hoping to gather any sort of answer to ease her mind, yet is greeted with the face of death. She becomes dismembered as some unknown figure observes from the sidelines. It appeared, at least to this silhouette, that Bond's actions were going as planned, as programmed, and everything was falling perfectly into place. But that's not to say that these actions didn't go unnoticed, since Bond's builder, Susan Woodings, had realized irregularities in Bond just 19 days prior. It's clear to us that he wasn't programmed to behave this way and likely was altered in some form or fashion. Whether that was by Felix or someone else is to be determined, but there was ostensibly a notable change before Bond's Burgers ever opened. And so, Susan Woodings is killed because of her realization. She knew too much and was silenced before she could ever get the truth out there.
And
Just 2 weeks after her death, we observe yet another, 5 days before that of Rosemary Walten. We're unsure of the exact identity of this person. However, considering the list of names that Ashley discovered, it's safe to assume that his name is Charles. For now, his relation to the story is unclear. However, I'm betting that his job was in the same vein as that of Susan Woodings, either a builder or a programmer of some sort. Perhaps we'll find out more information about him as this series progresses, but right now, that's what we can roll with.
Damn. Solid analysis. Solid
July 20th,
breakdown.
Bond's Burgers closes after people reported screams that they heard around 2 a.m. Given the fact that Rosemary Walten was killed on July 19th, it's safe to assume that these screams
Your name is
were
Charles?
most likely
I
heard.
noticed.
It seems to me that due to the attention that the restaurant was
Sorry,
getting,
I'm not saying much. I'm
Felix
like, this is the part of the video that I really wanted to dial in on, like just having it laid out as is, in like a linear fashion. That's the bit I need, so I'm just kind of taking it in. You know what I mean?
to pull the plug on Bond's Burgers, storing every animatronic inside a top-secret facility in the St. Juanas forest. He likely placed it there because that's where Jack's 2 children died and were buried. Either he built it over the spot where he buried them, or placed it nearby so we could check up on it whenever he was working. These are, of course, just theories. However, I think it makes a bit of sense. Anyway, it seems that Felix, from the very beginning, had always planned to reopen Bond's Burgers, moving forward with the past quite literally buried behind him. Most likely, the only reason why he shut everything down and locked it up was to lay low for a bit. To let it all pass. And when people moved on, to bring it right back. 4 years later, and the relocate project is finally in full swing. Facility caretakers are tasked with the most dangerous job out of all of them, reprogramming the robots themselves. Considering the lack of knowledge that came with Brian and Ashley, it's safe to assume that this facility caretaker job probably was a sketchy one. They likely received little to no orientation, no tours, and no heads up on what their supplies were actually intended for. Personally, I think that the extent of their training was to simply watch the numerous BSI tapes. Watch the company introductory tape to learn about Bond's Burgers. Watch the numerous archives within the Relocate project to become acquainted with our new mission, and listen to Shaw as she gives you a virtual tour of K9. Because, you know, there's no way in hell that any higher-ups are risking their lives for this. That's what the facility caretakers are for, of course. And so, after all of this is said and done, we're left with one. Sophie Walten. Someone that we know was convinced to take a set of pills to forget that her family had ever existed. And this is where our mystery continues. To me, I really believe that Felix had a hand in suppressing her memories. He just couldn't stomach it. He couldn't kill her. Why? Well, at this point we're unsure, but it's safe to say that he's had numerous chances after the fact, yet didn't. And so, with Sophie, after the rapid succession of major losses in her life, she likely didn't know where to turn. She was lost and was plummeting into an ever-darkening mindset due to the onslaught of tragedies she's had to endure. Felix noticed this, and to shut her up, he likely decided to bring her under his wing since he's Uncle Felix, remember? He gives her a job at Bond's Burgers to keep her busy, pushes her to obtain a prescription that he likely claimed would help, made her watch these so-called internal BSI tapes that were littered with hypnotic vernacular.
Safety at pills, Sophie. Safety at pills, Sophie.
And convinced her that, eventually, it would all go away. And it did. It did all go away. To me, that list of names now seems like it was some sort of a hit list. Just one piece in a breadcrumb trail that Felix was trying to bury. He wanted to move on from this entirely. He continued with the Bond's Burgers project years into the future, touting himself as the only founder of the company, quite literally cutting any mention of Jack Walten out of ever existing. The thing is, though, is that whoever created these tapes knows something. They want Sophie to remember, and now that she has, at least as of October 16th of 1982, it leaves us to wonder if she'll be next in line to meet her demise at the hands of Felix Kranken's reprogrammed animatronics. Just like that ominous facility caretaker key, Sophie's left as the sole survivor, and sort of a key herself that can open and expose the metaphorical backdoors into Felix Kranken's secrets. Doing this would allow her to finally expose his wrongdoings, ultimately leading to much needed accountability for everything that he did to her family. That is, of course, unless he gets to her first.
Damn. Love me a good Expo video. Fuck. He really crushes that shit every time. Oh, sorry guys. This stream went later than I thought it would. It's like the next day for some of y'all, huh? Oops. My bad. On that note, I am going to run an ad break and find someone to raid. Thank you guys for sticking out this late with me. I appreciate it. I'll see you in a minute. Who's live right now? Dave. Let's give it to Dave, yeah. Oh, I know he's playing Valorant. I refuse to support that kind of behavior. I'll give it to Evan instead, Evanito. All right, it was good hanging with you tonight. I'll see you on Monday. I expect all of y'all to be in this Evanito raid. Because, you know, that's the homie. And you don't want to embarrass me in front of my friends, right, guys? Right? You wouldn't want to make me look stupid in front of the person we're about to send all you guys to, would you? That's not something you guys would do. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I'll see you on Monday.